This is one of my all-time favorite productivity apps just to plan out my day. It's super cute and it is completely free. So in today's video, I'm just going to be sharing with you basically how the app works, all the features that it has. There is a pro version for the app, which does have some additional features which can be helpful, but I've had the free version for years and it just does what I needed to do. But the app is called Structured and it just allows you to plan out your entire day. You can set tasks, you can color code tasks, add icons, all that. It just has a beautiful, simple UI and it's just super helpful if I feel like I have a lot going on in a day and I just want to kind of get a timeline view of when I want to do what. Then I usually reach for this app. Something that I also really love about this app is the widgets. It just looks beautiful on your home screen and it's helpful since you can keep track of your tasks. The ones that I find most useful is the one that just shows my next few tasks, and then you also have one that focuses on one task at a time, so you can add those to your home screen to keep track of your tasks throughout the day. So yeah, I think the widgets for this app is just beautiful and it works really nicely. But now I do want to show you how the Structured app works, just how you can use it and plan out your day, all the features that it has, just so you get a better idea of how to use the app. So let's get into it. So here you will see this is the Structured app. This is what the app icon looks like if you don't know. So I'm going to go in to show you what the layout looks like. So this is my layout for today. So I have my tasks that I set out and all my little icons and colors that I've added for it, and it just gives me a preview of a timeline for my entire day laid out with all the tasks that I've added in. You can edit the look of this a bit in the settings for the app. So when you go to settings here, you will see this section called customization. So you can go in there and here you can play around with a few things. So one of them being the app color. So this is all these accent colors here. You can set that here, and you can also get access to some other colors or choose a more custom color by going with a pro version. So if I put it to like green, you will see all these little buttons and all these little accents are now green. So you can edit that to your liking. I just use the default pink app color. And then you'll see this section that says layout, and you can edit how you want the timeline basically to be and how much UI elements it shows in this little timeline view. So mine is set to minimal. I just don't feel like I need to have all the little things, but you can go to full and here it will give you a time at the side. It will tell you when you have like a 30-minute stretch where you don't have a task and a little button to add tasks. It will also show you preview of your icons for each task at the top here. So here you will be able to see all my tasks have these little previews for each day. Here it says a short 45 minutes to breathe. So it does give you some little UI things, and that is for the full version. Then you can have simplified, which is a bit more simple. And then you have minimal, which basically just only shows your tasks and also the time that you've set for those tasks. So you can really play around with how you prefer the app to look and how much information you want. You can also set the background color to light mode or dark mode. Mine is just set to system, so whatever mode my phone is on, then that will be the background color of my app. And here you can also just set the font and app icons and all that for the app. So there are a few customization settings within the app that you can play around with and just to get it to look the way you want it to. Going back to my timeline now, this is, like I said, the view of my day with all of my tasks. From here, you can go ahead and tick off the tasks once you're done with them. So it just makes a cute little animation. But you'll see you can also slide this down and then it will just give you like this timeline view with just the icons for your tasks. And this is just a really nice way to visually see your entire week, all the tasks that you've set. It does also show the tasks in this little window here, which you can just go through to see the different tasks that you've set for that day. And also you will see when a task isn't completed yet, then it will have a white background with the icon being the color that you've set for the task. But once a task is completed, then the color of the background will be the task color, and then the icon will just be like the gray or white depending on the color that you've set. And when a task is in action, like this one here, it will gradually fill with your color that you've set for your task. So it's just a nice way to see the task progressing. So mine is over halfway now, the time that I've set for this task. So then it just shows it filling up like that. So that's just a really nice way to visually see the time running for your task. But now let's actually get to creating tasks. So I'm just going to click on this plus button here to add a task, and it will give you suggestions of tasks depending on the time of day you're adding a task. So here it just gives me some of my past suggestions, and whenever I start writing something in, it will bring up suggestions of previous times that I also added in something similar. So here you can see all the ones that it brings up, and I can choose one of these and then just maybe edit it a bit more to my liking. So that is really nice. It already saves some of your previous tasks that you've set on other days, and you can just reuse them, or you can start completely from scratch. So I'm just going to do that just to show you. So I'm just going to keep it as filming. I'm going to set the icon, so you just click there, and it does give you some suggestions of different icons based on what you typed in. So these are ones that would be appropriate for the word filming. But here you can see all the icons that you can use. Some of them are for the pro version if they have the little star icon. If it doesn't have the star icon, then it is free and you can just use it. And then here you can set the color for your task as well here at the top. So it gives you some options here, but it is pretty limited with what you can set for a color. They did bring out an update which did limit the color and icon a lot more. That's why I still have access to some of these more custom colors, because that was before they changed it. So these are all tasks that I created before they brought in the color limitation. So I can still use those because I'm just reusing basically the ones that I already created. So I'm just going to click on continue. So now you will be able to set the duration of your task and the time and what day you want to set it to. So mine is automatically set to today, but you can schedule something in for a different day as well. But I'm just going to keep it for today, and then you can set the start time for your task. So let's say I want to start filming at 4 o'clock, and then you can set the duration for that task as well. So I'm going to set it to like an hour. So now you will see it changed from when it was previously 4 to 4:15, now it's set from 4 to 5. So you just set the starting time, and then you can set the duration, and it will automatically set the end time for you. You can also go back to edit the color and icon just by clicking on the icon up there, and you can go ahead and set that up. If you don't want to use the colors that they give you here, you can be a bit more precise with the color by either going to these 3 dots here, and then you can choose some other ones, and you can edit this if you have the pro version to get like some extra colors here. Or just a really helpful tip, if you really are specific with the colors that you want for your tasks, you can put in the hex code. I will put on the screen some of the hex codes that I love to use for this app. So it might seem a bit tedious, but if it's tasks that you're going to be reusing a lot, then you can just set the hex code and the name for the task once, and then you can just reuse it like I previously showed you. It does bring up your previous tasks. If you have maybe like filming in a specific color and you type in filming, it will give you a suggestion for the previous time that you set it, and then you can also just have the color that you want. That is a really nice way to just get precisely the color that you want for a task, the hex code. If you don't know how to use hex codes, it's just like a specific code allocated to a color. So I'm just going to put in the hex code of a color that I really like. So I've just put in the custom color. This is what it looks like. So now my task will be that color. I don't know if everyone's going to really care about getting specific colors for the app, but that's definitely something that I like about the app, is the fact that I can have these nice looking icons. So I figured I'd just share that. So yeah, that's how you set a task. You just set the day, you set the starting time, you set the duration. Then you can click on continue, and it will give you a little preview of what it will look like here. And then it just shows you all the information. And then here you have some other things you can also add. So you can add alerts. So some of these are only for the pro version. So you can add an alert at the start of a task. That is completely free. But then if you want to have more custom notifications and alerts, then you would need the pro version, like 5 minutes before start or at the end of a task. So that's something you can set for a task. Also with a pro version, you can repeat a task. So if there's a task that you do every single day or every week or whatever, you can set repeat tasks again with a pro version. And then you can also add subtasks, and this is really helpful. So if I have like 3 different videos that I'm filming today, I can add all of them in. So I'm going to click here like short, and YouTube video. So then those are some subtasks, and you can also add just like notes if you want to add some more information about a task. You can add some notes and things on there as well. So then when I create my task, there you will see it says 0 out of 2. That is the subtask. So I can click on that to see all of my subtasks. And I also love to use subtasks for things like grocery lists. So if I add in, let's go for tomorrow, I'm gonna add in the task for grocery shopping. So I'm gonna type in groceries. Here you can see a previous task that I set for buying groceries. It has already the little icon for it and everything. I can also, again, change the color. But for something like this, I really like to use the subtask. Here you can see the previous time that I used this task, it had some subtasks for things that I just needed to get from the store. So subtasks for grocery lists are also really helpful. So you can have the task and a grocery list all in one, and then I can just go into the app to view what groceries I wanted to buy. So that's another way that you can use these subtasks for your individual tasks. If there are tasks that don't have a set time to them yet, or even a set date to them, but you know you're going to want to do them in some time, then you can use the inbox feature here. So you can see a few ones that I have here. So to add a task to your inbox, you just click on this plus button, and then you can go ahead and, again, let's just use the grocery one, and you can set how long this task will last. So let's say I want to do groceries for 1 hour, and I'm just going to leave the date and time for now, and I'm going to click on create task. Then it will be added to my inbox, and once I'm ready to work that task into a specific day, then I can just click on this plus button here and set the date. And let's just go ahead and set this for Saturday. Then I can select update task, and then it added it in as a task to that day. And so that is how you can use the inbox to add in tasks that don't have a set date to them yet, but you can set the task, the icon, how long it will take for that task to happen. You can add it into your timeline. You don't even have to add it to a timeline. You can just go ahead, click on it, and click complete, and then it will move to your completed tasks here. So that is the inbox feature. Like I already mentioned, my favorite thing about this app is the widgets. So I can go, I'm just going to go to my work focus. For this focus here, I do have the structured app as a widget. So this just shows me my current task and my next task. But like I also mentioned, they have a few different widget options. So if I go to add widgets to the structured app, here you can see they have timeline widgets. So again, this will give you your next few tasks. This smaller one will show you your current task and the next 3 tasks. This one that I just showed you will show your current task and the next task, the medium widget. And then the larger widget will again show your current task and the next 4 tasks. So that is the 3 different sized timeline widgets. Then you also have the inbox widget, which will show you everything that's in your inbox that I just showed you how to use. So you have a small, medium, and large version of that, and you can also tick them off right from your home screen. And then you have task widgets, which will show one task at a time. It also shows nicely how the task is progressing, and yeah, it just shows you your current task, and you can also tick it off right from there. And then this one has a nice medium size widget where it shows the subtasks as well. So if you have a task with some subtasks, you can view all of that right from this medium widget. And again, you can, I'm just going to add it just to show you. You can, when you have it here, tick those off right from your home screen. It is interactive. So that is a really nice widget as well. So that is how you can use the widgets for the structured app. Another thing that I really like in the structured app is the Focus Now feature, which allows you to focus on your current task. So you just click on the task and then you choose Focus Now, and then it will go into this view here. So this task, like I already said, it has like subtasks which you can view here and tick off from this Focus Now mode. You can just have this like set up on your desk and just put your phone to the side just to have it like this. You can go ahead and edit the task right from here. So I'm just going to set it quickly to be 3 hours just to show you. So now when I go to Focus Now, here you can see what it will look like as the time is progressing. Like I said, the color fills the screen. So right now it's about halfway. So now my time is going to be white and my background is going to be green. Whereas at the beginning of the task, your entire screen is white with just the time being green. So really nice looking little UI that you can have on your desk when you want to maybe focus on something and you don't want to be distracted. And then once you're done, you can just click on complete and it will tick that off right there for you. Also, when you have focus now turned on for a task, you can also exit the app and then it will remain as like a live activity right here in your dynamic island if your phone does have one, or you can view it from your lock screen here as a live activity. And also when your phone is in standby mode on your desk, you can also have the focus now showing on your standby mode. So that is how you can set up your day using the structured app. So that is the structured app, and if you've been a follower of mine for a while, you know I mention this app in almost every productivity app related video. So I thought it would be a good time to just do an updated video, just going over the app, sharing the features and how you can use it. Let me know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on this app, or if you have any other productivity app suggestions that also has like a nice UI, all that. Definitely leave those in the comments down below as well. I always love to test out new apps like this. But thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!